Eliud Kipchoge is the greatest marathoner of all time, and today I'm going to be attempting to finish his hardest workout. I'll be running 15 by 1,000 meters with every 3 reps getting 5 seconds faster. All of my reps will be 45 seconds slower than Kipchoge's, and if I don't hit the time for any rep, the workout instantly ends. And here's the big fun twist of the video. Every 3Ks, I'm going to be putting on worse and worse shoes. 15 by 1K is a crazy workout, and we're gonna see if we're able to finish it. So the first pair of shoes I'm gonna be rocking, the fastest pair of shoes, is the Alpha Fly. Obvious fastest shoe out there. These first 3 reps should be a joke in the Alpha Flies. Kipchoge's first reps at 3 flat are the equivalent of 345s for me. 15 1Ks is actually the most deadly workout I've ever heard, but I'm gonna do my best. Let's get it going with rep 1. So rep number 1 of 15 goes off, and I was kind of unsure about how this workout was gonna go. My ankle was hurting a little bit on the warm-up, and I knew that 15 reps was going to pound my body. But honestly, the Alpha Flies were feeling great, and even running at 6 flat pace, I felt like I was just out for a jog. I'm finishing up the first rep right now, and I easily hit the 345 that was needed, running a 336. That was way too easy. I ran a 336. I felt like I was barely even trying. The Alpha Flies are OP. I need to make sure to slow down on the next 2, because these reps are gonna get hard really fast as the times start getting faster and I'm running in slower shoes. Right now it's easy because I'm running the slowest reps in the fastest shoes. 14 to go. That is a crazy statement. The rest also is just me walking back to the start, 90 seconds or so, and then we get into the next rep, like we're about to do right now. Second in the Alpha Fly, second overall. We're already starting the second rep, and I can tell that the short rest will eventually come back to bite me on the later reps. The first rep was much faster than needed, but remember, if I don't hit the given time, I fail the workout. So it's good to be slightly ahead of pace. Running 345s in the Alpha Flies is ridiculously easy, but as the times get faster later in the workout, it's going to get tough. The final reps where I'm running 325s in the worst shoes are going to be close to impossible. But for now, I'm enjoying cruising in the Alpha Flies. It felt so smooth to run these paces and a good way to get warmed up for the faster paces. And just like that, rep 2 ends and I finish with a 340. Nice little 340. Took it a bit slower. Still a little bit too fast, which is frustrating. If we could be about 340 for the next one, I'll be so happy. 2 down, 13 still to go. Coming up here, the final rep in the fastest shoes there are. I mean, this one will be easy, but then we move on to the next rep. Faster time, slower shoes. It should just be getting harder and harder. Rep number 3 coming up right here. So final rep in the Alpha Flies, and I want to make sure to run as close to 340 as possible. With the pace increasing every 3 reps, I have to make sure to not run too fast on easier reps so I can save my legs for the faster reps towards the end of the workout. And right now, I'm wasting valuable energy by running a bit too quick on what should be easy 345 reps. But honestly, it just feels so good to run in the Alpha Flies. I haven't worn them in a few months, and I'm always surprised by how much bounce they give. We're on the final lap of the 345 reps now, and I'm definitely ahead of pace. I'm going to finish up and wrap up rep number 3 in another 340. Another 340, so a little bit too fast again, but it's so hard to run 345s in the Alpha Flies. I know I'm going to be regretting going fast. With the 3rd rep done, we're now going to transition into the next shoe and also run 5 seconds faster a rep to 340s. Let's go show you what the next shoe is. So we're about to downgrade shoes, and the downgrade is gonna be to the Saucony Endorphins. Now these are still amazing shoes. Like, these are super fast shoes, but these are definitely a downgrade from the Alpha Flies, but should still be, hopefully, relatively easy to run some 340s. So we got the Endorphins on for the next 3 reps. And remember, these reps are gonna be 5 seconds faster. Hopefully should still be relatively easy reps, but we're about to find out. All right, rep number 4. We're starting to get up there. First rep in the Endorphins here, and honestly, I was a bit nervous. With the new, presumably weaker shoe and a faster pace to hit, I wasn't sure how much more difficult these reps would be. Pretty quickly though, I realized the Endorphins were nearly as good as the Alpha Flies, and hitting the pace felt easy. at least on rep 4. I'm gonna end ahead of pace and run a 336.
336. I can definitely feel the difference between the Alpha Flies and these, but these are still so good that it still feels really easy to run it. I think 2 more at these should be pretty easy. I gotta savor these next 2 reps. Enjoy these next 2 reps before the suffer fest begins. Rep number 5.
So like I was saying, the first 2 sets were bound to be pretty easy, and I was almost warming up for the later reps to come. 340s are only 5:52 pace per mile, so it's not like I was really exerting myself yet. But when we wrap up this rep, we're already gonna be 1/3 done with Kipchoge's hardest workout. I'm finishing the last 100, and it's gonna end up being a 335.
Fastest rep of the day, 335. I'm running too fast, but I almost can't help it. Once I hit the pace for 200 meters, I just hold it. We got 1 more in the endorphins coming up. I'm gonna do my best to slow it down, run a 340, because after this rep, it's really gonna start to get hard. It's honestly kind of crazy that Kipchoge is just doing these at 255 right now, but at the same time, 255 is literally like his marathon pace. Rep number 6 coming up here out of 15.
When I normally do 1,000 workouts, I usually run 6, maybe 8 reps. So we were already at the end of my usual workout. But this is Kipchoge's workout. So naturally, I had to go all out until I can't anymore. We're already finishing up our second set of 1,000s, running the fastest time of the day with a 334.
Oh, 334. Oh my God, I'm gonna regret this so much. On the plus side, we're hitting all the reps what they need to be. On the downside, I'm probably gonna be exhausted come rep 12. 2 of the shoes are done now. We're about to move on to the 3rd shoe. We're on our 3rd set of 1,000s, which means a shoe decrease. And we're going with the Carbon X2s. Now the Carbon X's still have a carbon plate in them, but at least in my experience, I find them a lot worse than the endorphins. These, in my opinion, are probably some of the slowest carbon plated shoes out there. All in all, it's still a fast workout shoe, and we got 335 reps coming up here. 335 speed that it's going to be 544 pace, so we're about to see a significant increase here. 4 of my 6 reps so far have been basically 335. I'm a little nervous going into these reps because I think these are going to be the first actually difficult reps. We're going to pound these reps, keep moving on so we can hit the full 15 that Kipchoge hits. Rep number 7.
Oh baby, this is where things are going to get interesting. Realistically, on the first 6 reps, my chance of failure was very low. But with the faster time and the slower shoe here, 1 bad rep is all it would take to end the workout. The Carbon X's are still very good shoes and still give me a great boost to hit 335s here. And sure enough, I finish up and run 330.
330. God, we are consistently running too fast. Carbon X's definitely worse than the endorphins and much worse than the Alpha Flies. I still feel bounced, but still we're close to the other shoes. Still almost halfway. We got 2 more reps in these, and then we move on.
On rep 8 now, it is really starting to cost me running 5 seconds too fast on every rep. It's a tough line to balance though, because I have to make sure I at least run a 335 or else the workout ends. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in the Carbon X's as I finish out the 8th rep with another solid 330.
330 again. It's just so hard to run 335s when elimination is right there. Like, you want to make sure you're under. I'm starting to really feel it now. These are starting to get hard. This short rest is getting to me. Last rep at 335 and last rep in the Carbon X's. Let's crush it.
This is the last rep in the Carbon X's, and I want to make sure that I run it fast enough to advance on to the next shoe. I also know that the next shoe is going to be a major downgrade from the Carbon X's, so I'm savoring the last time I feel confident running a rep. I'm able to easily finish rep 9 in the fastest time so far, 328.
That was a 328. I'm so scared of being over. That was the last rep in the Carbon X's. If I was Kipchoge, I would be about to run 245 reps. Instead, I'm gonna try to run 330s, and I just ran 330s, but the shoes are about to get worse. 4th rep group coming up. We're going down shoes to the pegs. Now, these are still decent shoes, but they're decent shoes as trainers. to hit slow miles. And we're about to try to run 3:30 1,000s in these, which is 5:36 pace. So I think these are gonna be the first reps that are truly difficult, and I actually have a chance of failure. 3:30 is the goal, no slower. I feel like I have zero bounce instantly. Rep number 10, baby.
To be honest, I was legitimately scared moving on to the pegs. I train all my easy runs in pegs, but taking them to the track is a different level. Add that to the fact that I was now on my 10th rep and running the fastest time of the day, and you can see why I was scared. I was a little too antsy and finished in a 3:23.
3:23, but I'm feeling pretty dead after that. That was definitely an effort in the pegs. I need to slow it down. I feel like I've said this every single rep, but I need to slow it down. I'm just not slowing it down. It'd be so bad though if I cross the line and I see 3:31. It's kind of like, well, there goes the whole workout. I'm 10 in, 2/3 done. So we only have 5 more, but they're gonna be the fastest 5 reps. Feel a lot different now that I felt after those Alpha Fly reps, that's for sure. I don't know how Kipchoge does this, but here we go. Rep number 11, another 3:30.
Heading into rep 11 was the first time I was tired at the start line. Before this rep, I usually felt pretty recovered, but with constant 90-second rest, it was getting tougher to recover. You can even see in my form and face that I'm starting to hurt. But rep 11 is not gonna be my failure rep as I run 3:26.
3:26, a little bit closer to what we want. Happy with it. Really starting to get gassed on these. My feet just have no bounce, and I'm 11 reps in now. Starting to feel the tiredness in my legs. You can hear it in my breath. But we only have 4 reps left. I'm just gonna push through. I just gotta get through the next one, and then we'll move on to the slowest shoe and the fastest time. Rep number 12. What I would give for the Alpha Flies right now.
More than anything, I wanted to make it through this rep so we could at least move on to the final shoe. I was really fighting through this rep, and I could feel my body rebelling against me. I'm able to fight through and finish with a 3:24.
3:24, little fast, but I wanted to guarantee we'd make that one so we could at least move on to the next shoe and try to hit some 3:25 reps. I'm beyond gassed. 12 by 1,000 is crazy. And the fact we still have 3 more at the fastest pace in the slowest shoes, it makes me very, very nervous. Somehow I have to run 3 3:25s in the next shoes, else the workout's over. Now it's time to move on to the 5th and final pair of shoes, the Alpha Flies. If you guys know anything about the fake Alpha Flies, you know that these reps are going to be nearly impossible. The fastest mile I've ever ran in these is a 6:07. And the pace that we are about to attempt to run is 5:28. But if you don't know about the Alpha Flies, basically they have 0 heel support, which makes it almost impossible to run fast. 4 shoes down, last one. If I was Kipchoge, I would be about to run 2:40. It's like unbelievably fast. But since I'm just average me, I'm gonna attempt to run 3:25, fastest reps of the day in the slowest shoes. A recipe for success. This is the make or break moment. Can I physically run a 3:25 in these? My brain says no, but my heart says yes.
I'm not exaggerating when I say the Alpha Flies are the worst shoe I've ever run in. This rep was by far the hardest of the whole challenge, and the shoes made it 10 times worse. I bombed and ran a 4:01.
4:01. I kind of figured this would happen, but with that, I failed Kipchoge's hardest workout on the 13th rep, which I think is pretty good.